Evening, everyone. Out for an impromptu snake photo session here with this very special juvenile mountain pit viper. These are a cold weather species that have highly localized populations here in Hong Kong, and it's an uncommon encounter to find even an adult specimen, let alone one as small as this. So I was lucky enough to be invited out by a friend for the photo session here, and I ran right over as soon as they said there was one sitting by waiting to get shot. And as you can see here, they're pretty tremendous looking animals. Very special morphological features. You can kind of see the white stripe on the tail there. That's a caudal lure, so supposedly they use that to act like a lure, like a worm or something, to entice prey to come in, and then they can strike them and eat them. These are also really unique in terms of the viper species for a couple of reasons. Number one is their egg layers, which is a little bit less common in the viper world, though not unheard of. And they're also constrictors. So unlike most vipers that'll either bite and release and wait for their prey to die and then go eat it, or bite and hold on and swallow it down, these are actually known to bite, grab, hold on, and then constrict around, especially when they're eating mammals. So very, very unique adaptations in this species. Cold weather, egg laying, constrictor tendencies, really great camouflage too, as you can see, and some pretty spectacular markings on the face. But really, really great to be able to photograph this one and video this one. We'll see if we can stick some stills in here as well so you can see from different angles what they look like. But yeah, great result tonight. This will close us out. We'll check in again when we go for the next walk. Alright, folks, we're out again for another walk, and it has been a slow winter so far, but we're very lucky tonight to have come across a young adult Chinese cobra. It was a little bit warmer today, which is one of the reasons we're out and about, and of all the species we could bump into, this would be pretty high on the list given the conditions. They're a pretty hardy species. Find them out all times of year if the weather's right. And this one is a very classic looking Chinese cobra. You can see here it's a little bit cold, which is probably why it's quite calm. Though in general I find Chinese cobras to be pretty calm animals. They can definitely do a little bit of a hood display and things like that, but more often than not, especially at this size, I find they tend to like to just kind of mosey on out and not put up too much of a fuss. But this one has a little bit of a standard monocle marking on the hood, which you can't see too well right now. Sorry, we had a battery cut out there, but as I was saying, this one's got a pretty nice standard monocle marking on the neck, which you can't see too well right now because he's actually pretty calm and not hooding up. And you can see he's just going to move his way along this path here. But very standard coloration as well. This one's a really dark brown. Often they can be black, but they come in lots of different variants. There's gray and tan and almost a goldenish brown color as well. A little bit less common to see, but they're there. And yeah, you can see for a snake that carries a pretty potent toxin, this snake is not even remotely interested in using it on me. So we're gonna maybe just try and get a photo or two, and then let this snake get on its way and keep walking and see if we can come up with anything else tonight. Very cool find though. Very happy to get this in the wintertime. First snake I've seen in probably a week or two now. Alright, wintertime Chinese cobra. Alright folks, we are out for another walk, and we've gotten very lucky on this cold winter's evening and have come across a subadult wattleneck softshell turtle. So this is the third wattleneck we found this year, which is extremely lucky given how rare these guys are and how restricted their habitats are. But yeah, not something I was expecting to come across. It's quite cold out. The waters these guys live in is generally much cooler than ambient anyways, but I didn't expect to see these. We're actually here looking for amphibians and maybe some interesting bugs tonight, but big bright full moon, cold air, cold water, and lo and behold, a wattleneck softshell. And this is pretty much how we found it, just moving along the bottom of this riverbed here. Got a little bit shy right when we walked up, but it seems to have come out of its shell quite literally now, which is great. Really fun find. I mean, as interesting animals go in Hong Kong, this one ranks right up there. You know, I'm used to softshell turtles from the United States, which prefer muddier, dirtier water, and these guys really love these clear flowing streams with rocky riverbeds and are really quite adept at burrowing under these heavy rocks. You can see here it looks like this one's trying to wedge itself in now that it knows I'm here, so I'm not going to stick around too much longer. I don't want to bother it this late in the year. But yeah, they're really quite powerful. You can see here, I mean, if you didn't know what you were looking for and you're just walking along the river and all you see is that shell, you'd be hard-pressed to think you were staring at a turtle, unless maybe the head and arms were out and it was moving along. But if it's just crunched up like this, you'll walk right by it just like any other river rock. So really good camouflage, really interesting behaviors. They'll bury right under these rocks and they can stay there for a long time because they have very, very long, flexible necks that they can extend out, and these elongated noses as well. You can see there right at the tip. And they can stick those out quite far, so keep their body hidden in the river rocks and then stick the head up for a quick breath and then drop right back down into their hiding spot. And they can stay there like that, feeding and breathing and resting, and nobody's the wiser. So really great find. Very, very happy with this one. We'll probably grab a few photos of it. I've got some scientist buddies that are going to want to see if this is one they've found before, and it very well may be, as I've noticed some notches out of the back of the carapace there, which could be from predation, or it could be some marking from scientists that have studied them before and maybe needed a tissue sample. But anyways, I'll get some good photos. We'll share them with those guys and see if it's useful. And otherwise, it'll be up on the website, HongKongSnakeID.com. And yeah, really cool way to close out the evening. We're actually just about getting ready to head back, so this will definitely close us out for tonight. Alright, wattleneck softshell, great find. Catch you guys on the next walk.